Good morning, folks. Ron Ray here, returning 65 Solutions. I'm going to do something a little bit different for today's video, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to review another video from another insurance guy on the internet. And so I was going through my feed on YouTube, and this one guy always pops up. You may have seen him, you may have not. His name's Justin Brock, and I saw this one thumbnail. There's this one right here. The video is called 5 BS Concepts. I don't know. I'm going to get that one. So first of all, let's just click on that. So his channel's monetized. All right. I'm going to pause it real quick. So let's just get right in. I'm going to offer you my thoughts on the things that he's talking about in this video, and hope to get some feedback from you, whether you think I'm right or wrong, or he's right or wrong, and just get a conversation going. Let's get into it. Nice intro.
4 steps to...
So first of all, as far as YouTube videos go, I like that intro. It's short. Some of these intros that these guys got going on now, they'll play a couple of clips from the video, and then they'll play this intro that's probably, I don't know, 30 seconds long, and then they'll go into the video. Well, I don't need all that stuff. Just get to it. The thumbnails already told me what the video's about. If you're doing a good thumbnail, I don't need to see the rest. I don't need to see the preview clips. And make that intro short and sweet.
Financial success. That's what we're going to talk about. So
all right, I'm going to stop it again. First of all, what's going on with this beard? If you're going to go on YouTube, clean up your beard. I don't know what's going on here. Now, he's from Mississippi, so maybe he gets a pass for being a country boy. I don't know. You decide. I think he needs to clean it up.
I need you to go ahead and like the video because it's going to be good stuff. So just go ahead and like it. Okay? You can forget about it later on because you're going to see something pop up. You're going to keep going. That ain't good for me. Ain't good for you because then you won't see this. All of our videos, man. So like the video. Come on, bro. All right. All
right. So he's doing something else, is getting you to like and subscribe to the channel right up in front of the video. That's something that is probably helpful. I always forget to do it and wait to do it at the end, but that was just a reminder to me. Go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel as well.
4 steps to financial success. Choose a vertical, number 1, okay? I'm going to break this down Barney style for you because apparently some of you guys are watching videos with a bunch of head trash because I talk to people all the time and they're thinking about things that don't matter, irrelevant stuff, right? So choose a vertical. Choose a vertical. Insurance, you're watching this, probably insurance, real estate, Medicare, whatever you want the vertical to be. Choose it. Quit thinking about all the other verticals. Who cares about it? Choose one, okay?
All right, so I'm going to stop right there and talk about that. I think he's got a very good point. Whether it's insurance, whether it's real estate, whether it's money management, whether it's some other career, pick one and focus on that. You can't be scattered all over the place because you only have so much attention and so much time. And the more you're going after and you're chasing after shiny objects, the more your attention and your time is divided up, and you can't do a good job on any of them. So pick one and get really, really good at that one. I agree with that.
2, perform income producing activities. That's right, income producing, not content producing, not whatever, income producing. You're brand new, income produce. What can you do? Talk to people. Get them to sign on the line that is dotted. Remember that?
Reference to Glenn Ross right there.
Activities. Number 3, reinvest significantly into...
All right, I'm going to stop right there and then we'll back it up. Perform income producing activities. That is so important. There's a lot of things that you can do in this business. I'm in financial business, insurance, and wealth management, and there are a lot of things that I can spend my whole day doing related to my business that do not produce income. I can organize my office. I can organize my leads before I call them. I can research different CRMs and automations. I can work on building automations. I can work on finding out what's the next best new self-help book, success book that I can read. I can read a book. None of that stuff is going to make you any money. The only thing that makes you money is picking up the phone. This thing right here, remember what this looks like? Picking up this phone and dialing the numbers. That's the only thing. I agree with that statement right there.
Attention and infrastructure. You don't have to read the board. Don't look at the board. The board. Income producing activities. Number 3, reinvest significantly into attention and infrastructure. You don't have to read the board. Don't look at the board. The board is for me. Reinvest significantly into.
When you point at the board, I'm going to look at it. Just saying.
Attention and infrastructure. Attention and infrastructure. You don't worry about attention and infrastructure in the beginning if you don't have any money. So you have to choose the vertical, perform the income producing activities, reinvest significantly into attention and infrastructure. Attention gets you the people you need to talk to replicate faster the income producing activities. The infrastructure gives you the ability to replicate that faster as well.
All right, stop. I agree with that. I talk to a lot of agents and they'll ask me, what do I need to do? I made some money, like maybe they wrote a big annuity and they got a big, large commission check. What should I do with this money? Well, and my answer is always buy more leads, do more marketing, do more seminars, whatever you're doing, do more of whatever's working. If you've got something that's working, do more of that. That's the attention. That's what he's talking about. Invest in infrastructure. So infrastructure is things that they can come later. The attention comes first. Without the attention, you're not making the money that it takes to invest in the infrastructure. So infrastructure would be office staff, an assistant, an appointment setter, websites, internal processes, back office kind of stuff.
Number 4, replicate. That's the 4 steps. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you guys some bonus content. And I'm going to go over
step 4 is just
some other bullet points, the darker side of it.
Repeat steps 1, 2, and 3. No big revelations there. Oh, there's an ad in the middle. I have to lose my train of thought. Skip. I don't know who that joker is. He's talking to insurance agents too. We don't know him.
Here is about bullshit head trash and putting the cart before the horse. Got it?
All right. So you're a big guy. I know you've got graphic designers in your office. I know you do because I see your thumbnails. I see your stuff all over the web and social media. I think that you probably could have come up with a little bit better graphic for the horse and the cart. I really do. I'm a little disappointed in that one.
You ever heard that? Don't put the cart before the horse. But that's what everybody's doing. They're putting the cart before the horse. Let me tell you why. Now, I'm not gonna tell you that these are bad all in all. Okay. The main point of a lot of this is that these concepts are screwing up your ability to put one foot in front of the other. Morning routines. That's great. Okay. I love watching morning routines and then talking to somebody with 3 kids in the morning. How does 3 kids work out with your morning routine, Sid? Can they screw it up sometimes? Yes, they can. Okay. Morning routines. Who is that for? Little dweeb that lives alone. He don't even need a morning routine, man. You ain't got no responsibilities. Just go make money. What are you even complaining about? Morning routines. Silly thing to be harping on so much. Gotta get a cold shower, then I gotta go work out, then I gotta run 6 miles. Financially, how is this helping you? If we're talking about financial, okay? If you a running back for the LA Rams, then yeah, going and running 6 miles in the morning is probably helpful. If you're trying to make money, which would be the foundational pillar to your life success, if you need income, morning routines, if they don't involve getting up and calling someone, wake up and brush my teeth and shower, and then go start talking to people, they're irrelevant. Number 2.
All right, so I've got some thoughts on that one. Everybody's got a morning routine, whether that's just rolling out of bed, going and making a cup of coffee, getting dressed, getting to work. That's a morning routine. I understand that. What he's talking about here is some of these online folks will tell you you need to, just like he said, wake up, take a cold shower, go work out, read a book, say your positive morning incantations and affirmations in front of a mirror. Spend 15 minutes telling yourself how great you are in the mirror. Those are all things that may or may not work. Personally, don't think they do. However, they are not things that make you money. They're not things that make you money. Don't waste your time doing that. If you want to get up at 4 a.m. and go work out, and then go take a shower, and then get up, get your family up, get them out to school, that's fine. But then what are you going to do? You're going to be dead tired, dragging by 7:30 when you should still be making phone calls. So manage your time wisely, doing things that make you money.
Daily motivation. Love this. How many Grant Cardone and Gary Vee videos can you watch before you're like, he's just telling everybody, if you don't suck shit for the next 7 years, and just forget everything, give away stuff for free, and eat shit in an office for 7 years, stay up till 2 a.m.? I mean, you don't need to hear that often, okay?
I'm not sure if that was a Gary Vee impression, but it made me smile. That was funny because that's what some of these guys tell you. Even one of the online guys that I really do respect, Russell Brunson, and Gary Vee and Grant Cardone, all these, they're telling you you have to fail in order to win. That's false. You don't have to fail. If you do fail, you need to get up and start over and get back on the horse and get going. But guess what? You don't have to fail. I do not plan to fail ever. And some of the things that these folks are telling you they're setting you up for failure because they're already telling you that it's okay to fail. I come from a world where if you fail, you die in law enforcement. We are not allowed to fail ever. If we fail, we die. If we fail, other people die. If I fail in this business of insurance, my family doesn't eat. Okay? We will not fail. It is not okay to fail. And then the other thing I want to say on that, I think it's okay to find people to learn from on the internet. Like these people he's mentioned, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, Russell Brunson, Justin Brock, Cody Ask, all these people. You've got to be very careful about the amount of time that you spend doing that. I used to be a pretty decent fan of Grant Cardone. And I don't not like him now, but after a certain point, I've heard everything he has to say. He's not saying anything new. He may repackage it and make it look a little bit different so it feels new, but the concept's the same. So I don't watch him anymore. There's no point in me wasting any more time paying attention to Grant Cardone. He's not doing anything new. He has nothing new to say. And so I don't do it. Now, if there's something new that comes up and he's got something that's actually new and not just repackaged old stuff, then maybe I'll pay attention to him again. But I made time, by getting rid of him, made time and space for something new and more income-producing activities.
Silly. Quit with the daily motivation. The daily motivation should be pick up the phone, and when somebody responds by agreeing to buy something from me, I make money. That gives you the high you need. You don't need a high from the video. Then you get on the phone and you're like, this is hard. It's hard. And then whatever. You got to find the success. Success is what'll fuel you. Okay. Number 3, buzzworthy concepts like passive income. Okay. We all like passive income. How often can we talk about it? Passive income, passive income, passive income. Most of you on YouTube don't even know what this means, really. Okay? And what income is really passive? Let me tell you this. In Medicare, we talk about residual income. You get a product that pays you multiple times for the same thing over time, right? But do you think that those people never call you? You're just going to get paid forever? You get a product that has continuity or service-related compensation over time. There is a service that is ongoing. There is a relationship that requires, some level of commitment. There is.
Yeah, so he's got a very good point there. Even in Medicare, we get used to these renewals, but it's not passive. It takes work to maintain those renewals. You can't ignore those customers, and they stay with you. They will leave you, and that renewal income will dwindle over time, and it's dwindling quicker and quicker. The rate of attrition on Medicare clients is quicker than ever. It just doesn't work out not to have a service model. You have to take care of people. Ask eHealth and SelectQuote how that works out, to make a one-time sale and never talk to those clients again. It's not working out very well for them. Passive income is practically a myth. There's really no true form of passive income. You say, well, rental properties, real estate, that takes work. Somebody has to manage that property. And even if you're paying a company, it's not totally passive. You still have to maintain it. So, we talk about passive income and investing. You might invest in dividend stocks or dividend paying bonds. That's passive income. That may be the closest you can get to a truly passive income. But what do you have to do to make the money to buy those stocks? You have to work.
There's no true, completely 100% passive income until you have
Thank you.
That you're investing in something else. But then you are also taking on a risk. So your passive income could be a lack of passive income. There's no pure passive income easy to plug into. If there was, all the billionaires would be in it. That
reminds me, I'm not a huge Gary Vee fan, but I do remember one interaction he had with somebody, one of his audiences, that really kind of stuck with me. Is, Gary Vee, he's an old guy like me, but he speaks to a younger crowd. He wears the stupid looking hats and hoodies, and he cusses a lot, so the millennials like him. Beyond that, he doesn't have a whole lot of substance. He goes up there and he says the F word a lot, and people think he's brilliant, but he doesn't have a whole lot of substance to him. But he does make some good points on some things. And I remember this kid, I think he was probably about 24, and he stood up and said, asked Gary, how do we get passive income? And Gary said to him, I'm just paraphrasing the whole conversation, but his question was longer than that, but how do I get passive income? And Gary said, well, when I hear you ask me that question, what I hear is you're 24 years old and you don't want to work. Get out there and get to work, and then we can talk about passive income after that.
What they try to get into, right? Number 3, or so part of this buzzworthy concepts, 7 streams of income. When guys get in their car repo talking to me about 7 streams of income. What are you talking about? You don't have 1 stream of income. You want to talk about 7 streams of income? Well, Warren Buffett said he's a billionaire. Maybe there's some advice that comes before doing exactly what Warren Buffett does. And he's probably got like 1,400 streams of income. So let's not...
Actually, if you think about Warren Buffett's stream of income, he has 1 stream of income, his company, Berkshire Hathaway. That company owns other companies, but that's 1 stream of income for Warren Buffett.
Pretend that, that's the secret. Just get 7 streams of income. You'll be a billionaire too. All right. Neuro-linguistic.
That goes back to the first concept that he talked about earlier about pick a vertical. I don't need multiple streams of income. I just need to be really, really good at 1 stream of income. Good point.
Programming. I believe this is a real thing for people. Some of you go down the rabbit hole of trying to reprogram your mind when really you should be picking up the phone and calling people. That's it.
Totally agree with that one. I think people spend way too much time on the woo-woo mumbo-jumbo stuff. Standing in front of the mirror and telling yourself how great you are and writing down your goals. I think he's going to talk about that one in a minute. but writing down your goals, not just writing them down every day, but writing them down in the present tense. So it seems like it's already happened, or writing them down on blue paper because the subconscious brain takes in the color blue, and that gets your goals into your mind and allows them to come true. Let me tell you something, folks. I'm going to let Justin make this next point, and then I'm going to tell you what I feel about all this stuff.
Last, writing down your goals. Again, I don't think this is a bad thing, but some of you are broke and not calling people and not making income producing activities part of the primary part of your daily routine, but you're writing down your goals and you're meditating and you're talking about 7 streams of income and you're watching your daily Gary Vee or Grant Cardone videos, or you're watching too many videos of me and other people, whatever. You're doing all of that and you're not just doing the income producing activities, because you need the income to reinvest to grow the apparatus that you're trying to create. Some are getting into automation and all these things before you even sell, before you have a product and a service. You're not a private equity company with a whole bunch of funding that you get to play around for years and never actually have to turn a profit. So cart before the horse.
All right, so let's talk about goals, writing down your goals for just a minute. I personally think that goals are very, very important. I set goals at the beginning of the year, and then I keep track of my metrics and my numbers throughout the year. And I review those goals quarterly, and I review those with my team quarterly. I expect them to keep track of their statistics, but we don't worry about going in and writing down our goals and writing down your 5-year goal every single day. I think that is a waste of time. How many phone calls could you have made in the time that you were writing down your goals? Writing down your goals every day is not going to help you achieve your goals. You cannot manifest success. You cannot go, I'm successful, I'm successful, I'm successful, and be successful. It does not work that way. The only thing that works is work. You have to pick up the phone and dial the number. That person on the other end of the line is not going to manifest. It's not going to appear because you wanted it to appear. It's not going to happen. Fully agree with that. Don't waste your time writing down your goals excessively. Pick your goals, keep track of your numbers, revisit your goals periodically. Don't waste time obsessing over it.
Number 4 on here, and these are cop-outs that I see people. It's cop-outs, man. They're just copping out of having to take responsibility for the fact that they make mistakes and that they are in control of a lot of the actions that lead to those mistakes. Number 1, addiction. Or number 4, addiction is one of these. This is a cop-out, man. Addiction. I'm addicted to alcohol, drugs, sex, food, whatever. I can't help myself. If I tell myself I'm addicted, the first step is admitting, so that then, every time I fall to whatever my addiction is, now I have a cop-out. Well, I can't help it. I'm addicted. I can't help it. I'm addicted to this. So I'm addicted to sex. I couldn't help myself when I cheated on my wife. I couldn't help it, man. My brain just got, away from me. I couldn't help myself when, I ate those Cheetos at midnight before I went to bed and drank a whole glass of whole milk. I can't help myself when, I binge drink because, it's a disease. I'm not saying it's not a disease. But what the hell does it do for you to even admit that? It just gives you a cop-out. Because at the end of the day, you can quit. You can quit all of it, right? You can. I'm not saying I don't have some of these things either, but these cop-outs of creating these words that allow us to get away with doing stuff, more cop-outs.
So that's kind of a touchy subject, and he got kind of real on it, I think. And I think I kind of agree with him. Addiction's a real thing, and it's real harmful to yourself and to people around you. But you know what? You don't have to stay addicted. There are a million different programs out there And if you're addicted to drugs or alcohol or porn or whatever, get yourself in a program. Get cleaned up. Get back to work. Get addicted to making sales. Get addicted to making money for your family. Get addicted to helping people. I agree with that. It's nice to hear somebody be real about it.
Depression.
Oh, another ad. Come on, Justin.
Asking yourself, can you actually create high-quality live streams for...
There we go.
Do I agree that depression has some sort of chemical issue in someone's brain? Yes. Sometimes when people admit they have depression, what do? They then get subject to, well, when I'm down, I just have to do this because I'm... Why? I believe most people stay less depressed if they're focused on what makes them better all the time obsessively. Just the income-producing activity, just the activity that puts them in a better spot every single minute and second and hour. Not once a day, twice a day, but consistently all the time. Okay? I'm poor.
So I have the same comment on that. Depression's definitely real. It's definitely something that's bad for a lot of people. But you know what? You can get help. There's doctors out there. There's drugs. There's therapies that can get you out of that. And I know it's not easy for everybody. And I know it's really tough and it's a bad thing. But if you're not willing to help yourself, then it's hard. It's going to be hard for you to be successful in anything. You've got to help yourself first. And that means get yourself the care that you need and not just living with that depression and laying in bed all day. You got to pick up the phone, call a doctor, get yourself the help that you need.
Well, I'm poor. Some of those people had money. I didn't have a stepping stone. My dad wasn't in the industry. Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's okay. You could be a loser then. You could be a loser because, wasn't handed to you, so you could be a loser, right? What does that mean? What does any of that mean? Those cop-outs, so tired of. Get back. Good deal?
I like that one too. Now I'll tell you that I kind of agree with that one, and I kind of disagree just a little bit. I'll tell you where I agree with it is some of these guys, a lot of people. I mean, it's very common for children to follow in their parents' footsteps in the same industry. Insurance is no exception to that. But you know what? Out of 2 million insurance agents, however many there are, I don't even know in this country how many insurance agents there are. How many of them are legacies? Not that many. It's a very small percentage of successful insurance agents that inherited a business or just became part of the family business and then became successful. I would say that it's definitely an advantage. You definitely have an advantage. Number one advantage is that you saw the industry from a young age and you saw the value, the opportunity in becoming a part of this industry. That's number one, because some of us that didn't have that advantage of having a parent in the industry before, we had to find it on our own. And that took us a little bit longer. And so we're not at the level that you're at such a young age. That's not your fault. That's my fault for not going out and searching and finding a good industry that I could be a part of. But I think you definitely have an advantage. Is it an unfair advantage? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because you have the same skills and abilities and same 24 hours in the day and same access to products and marketing services that I have. And if I don't meet or surpass your performance, that's on me at this point. So you have an advantage starting out, but that advantage closes over time as I progress in this business. It's fortunate for you that you are able to see the value in the industry and get into it at an earlier age. That's as far as that goes.
Only 4 steps that matter. 4 steps to financial success. And then past financial, if you want to get in shape and all that other shit, that's fine. But 4 steps to financial success. Choose a vertical. Choose a vertical. Perform income-producing activities. Reinvest significantly in attention and infrastructure. Infrastructure, sometimes people, sometimes it's equipment. attention is sometimes social media, sometimes it's direct mail, sometimes it's TV, sometimes it's, events, sometimes it is getting out on the street corner, flipping a sign around, whatever. Sometimes it's wacky, wailing, inflatable arm tube men. And then 4, replicate. Continue to do that. Choose the vertical. You make some money. You reinvest the money in your ability to capture more money next time. And then you continue to replicate that. That's how businesses are growing. All this other stuff that's out there, like these tricks, there is no freaking trick. You just work. You work. The people with the most money are outworking you. That's all they're doing. They're outworking you. You can dance around with morning routines and cold showers and, whatever the hell you want to and still be a loser. But if you work and you do what you're supposed to do and you contact people and you sell and you build, not by a bunch of fantasy things that are supposed to be shortcuts, but by the incremental one foot in front of the other, then you're not putting the cart before the horse, putting the horse before the cart, and you're getting more and more horses, and they're taking you to financial success town. So that's the video today. I hope that you get a warm and fuzzy from it. Talk to you later. It's time to grow your agent.
All right, and he's got some ads for his agency after that. So overall, I think it was a good video. I liked his message. I like the fact that he talks real and doesn't sugarcoat a lot of stuff and tell you that if you just want it, you can have it. That's true, but it's not going to happen without you doing the work. You have to do the work. It's not going to appear. The only thing that works is you picking up the phone. That's the only thing that works. You can automate to the day's end, but if you don't take the initiative to at some point get that client, get that prospect out of that automation and start talking to them, it's not going to happen. Because let me tell you something, the day that the insurance companies figure out how to completely automate this process and make compliant, good, quality sales without the assistance of an agent, we're all history anyway. Keep them from doing that by doing a good job picking up the phone. Overall, good video. Thanks, Justin. Trim that beard. Keep them coming. If you have any comments about this, if you disagree with me, if you disagree with him, if you have any better ideas, if you've concentrated so hard and a pile of money showed up in front of your feet, send pictures, because I guarantee you, you're not telling the truth. If you have pictures, I'll pay you another $1,000 right now. It didn't happen. It's not going to happen. Pick up the phone and dial. Out.